How's it going, everyone? Got quite a bit to talk about in this video. Obviously, the big news coming out of yesterday, a new Saga begins, a brand new Witcher game will be coming, and it looks like it will be a series of games, so we'll talk about that, and a bunch of other PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 game updates on the smaller scale. But thought I'd give them some shine as well, if you guys are interested. Actually, a Ghostbusters game that's pretty notable as well. But let's first talk The Witcher. Obviously, big news coming out of yesterday. CD Projekt Red just threw out a statement, put out the post on Twitter, that a new saga in the Witcher franchise will be beginning. All they showed was a little image, and I know that the Twitter detectives are already looking at the image and dissecting everything, which I find fascinating. You know, leave it to the internet to figure out anything. And probably CD Projekt Red has something in there that's a bit of a tease or whatnot. On their official website, it notes, "We're happy to announce that the next installment in the Witcher series of video games is currently in development, kicking off a new saga for the franchise. It's an exciting moment as we're moving from Red Engine to Unreal Engine 5, beginning a multi-year strategic partnership with Epic Games." That's huge. It covers not only licensing, but technical development of Unreal Engine 5, as well as potential future versions of Unreal Engine where relevant. We'll closely collaborate with Epic Games developers, with the primary goal being to help tailor the engine for open-world experiences. At this point, no further details regarding the game, such as development time, frame, or release date, are available. Red Engine, the technology which powers Cyberpunk 2077, is still being used for the development of the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 expansion. I don't know if they were scarred from the Red Engine with everything that happened with Cyberpunk 2077, but whatever the case may be, The Witcher going to Unreal Engine 5, I think, will be something interesting and pretty compelling for the franchise going forward. It is going to be interesting because there's gonna be a bigger spotlight on CD Projekt Red on how this game turns out because of the train wreck that was Cyberpunk 2077, which I've been vocal about the fact that if you play that game now, if you buy it for like $15, it's a pretty decent RPG to play. It's just, it had grandiose expectations that obviously it failed to live up to those expectations to a big degree, but now, you know, a year and a half removed from that, you're getting a pretty decent RPG at a pretty good price. But as far as The Witcher goes, obviously, the franchise is huge right now. Obviously, with Witcher 1 to 3, those games were already pretty big, especially with Witcher 3, that game sold incredibly well. And then you're talking about that Netflix franchise that took the franchise to another level. I am telling you guys, at least anecdotally speaking, my personal friends that aren't big gamers, they don't play a lot of video games, a lot of them have watched the Witcher franchise, and now they're into The Witcher. I know multiple people that have bought The Witcher 3 since watching The Witcher on Netflix, and we know that that series is going to be running for a couple seasons. I believe, how many seasons did they renew it for? Like 8 seasons or something like that? Some crazy amount, so it's going to be around for a very, very long time. I believe it's like 6 to 8 seasons, something like that. It's going to be around for a very long time. It's very popular. They're going to make bank off that, but what's interesting is, of course, I think the majority of people prior to the Witcher Netflix series would have thought that with a new Witcher game, Geralt would probably not be the main character, and now thinking about it, I just think that's just promotional malpractice if you don't have Geralt as the main character. Look, Geralt as a main character now is more popular than he has ever been, and I know you could make the argument, hey, Witcher 3 kind of wrapped up that story, let's move on to something new, and I can get that argument, but I just think having Geralt the focus point of the promotional material when this game comes out would be such a promotional benefit for this game from a marketing standpoint that I feel like, you know, that would be wild if they didn't do that, but hey, maybe in their head they have a better narrative to tell, they can do something more with the franchise. I would find it very unlikely that Geralt wouldn't be a part of this game at all, but we'll see what happens. I just don't know if anybody, any main character can fill Geralt's shoes. That's going to be a difficult task, so we'll see how that turns out. At the end of the day, this game is just getting announced. Let's be real, I might be dead by the time this game comes out. I don't expect to see it for a decade. That's just in my head. Like, I'm going into it with pessimism as far as when we're gonna see this game. I'm thinking, you know, 8 to 10 years is when we're gonna see this game, just based on what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. That game got announced in like 2011, and we got it in late 2020. So I'm expecting something similar here. I hope that isn't the case. I hope I can play this game by, let's say, 2026. I think that would be a best case scenario, you know, 4 years from now, and maybe they'll surprise us all and it'll be out in 2 to 3 years. Hopefully that is the case, but For now, I'm just expecting not to play the game for a while, and, you know, I've had my fix with Witcher 3, the Witcher franchise in general. Maybe they should port Witcher 2 to next-gen consoles. That would be a good idea as well. You can put it on PS4 and Xbox One as well. I don't know why they haven't done that. But Witcher 3, waiting on the PS5 upgrade for that. I probably will be revisiting that game on the PS5 once things calm down and there's not a ton of games out. But yeah, Witcher, a new saga will be beginning. Let's hit some other games as well, spend enough time on that. 4v1 asymmetrical multiplayer game Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed announced for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, due out in Q4 of this year. The overview is noting, as a Ghostbuster, join with other Ghostbusters to chase and trap ghosts in museums, prisons, hotels, and more, and capture the ghosts before they can fully haunt the areas. Or as the ghosts hide, sneak, surprise, and scare, and of course slime Ghostbusters and civilians until everything has gone completely spooky. Use tricky deception and ectoplasm to gain the upper hand and drive the Ghostbusters out. I don't know if this is the Ghostbusters type of game that people wanted, but hey, you got a multiplayer 4v1 title. I loved Ghostbusters back from 2009. You guys remember that game? I think they re-released it, if I'm not thinking incorrectly. I think they did re-release it, but yeah, I thought that game was fantastic. But yeah, now we have a 4v1 asymmetrical title. I'm sure Ghostbusters fans will be excited for this. I'm not a big Ghostbusters guy, but again, I did like that game from 2009. Next up, we have Imp of the Sun, excuse me, adding a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One version, dropping on March 24th. So this is right around the corner in a couple days. Initially, it was only announced for Switch and PC. Imp of the Sun is a non-linear 2D action platformer that combines fast-paced combat and exploration set across a stunning Peruvian-inspired world, from the bright peaks of the Andean Mountains to the dense Amazonian jungles. You play as Nin, an imp created from the final spark of the sun, who is sent on an adventure to defeat the Four Keepers and restore the sun's power, ending the eternal eclipse before the world is plunged into darkness. Definitely getting some vibes of like an Ori here. Love the art style. I think it looks really good from that standpoint. Another game to keep on your radar. We'll see how this one turns out. Again, it is out in just a couple of days. So, yeah, we'll see how that ultimately does turn out. And lastly, We Were Here Forever launches May 10th for PC, and then it'll be coming later for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One. This is a continuation of the other We Were a title, so, we'll see how this one turns out as well. They have a huge post about this, and there is a release date reveal trailer that just dropped here. The earlier titles were available free for a little bit. They're not anymore, but you guys may have those in your library. I think we did a video about them when we did have them as free titles on PlayStation. I believe they were available on PlayStation. That's We Were Here and We Were Here Together, I believe. Yeah, so We Were Here Forever. You both awaken in prison inside the sinister Castle Rock where you were betrayed, or simply not that clever. Find out in the newest co-op puzzle adventure in the We Were Here series. Do you and your partner have what it takes to face the dark forces of this realm, or will you be trapped forever? So yeah, this does have a co-op focus. May 10th on PC. It will be coming to consoles later thereafter. But that's going to do it for me. Again, spent a lot of time on The Witcher, but obviously a franchise that is one of my favorites of all time, and hopefully they do it justice with this brand new saga, and we'll see how things turn out. I'm very interested to see where they take it. Do they keep Geralt as the main character, just because I think from a promotional standpoint that would be incredibly advantageous, but maybe they want to do a whole new story altogether. We'll see how it turns out. 4v1 asymmetrical multiplayer game Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, that's coming to PS5, X Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC in Q4 of 2022. Imp of the Sun adding a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PS4, and Xbox One version, and We Were Here Forever dropping later this year for consoles, May 10th for PC. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.